Floyd Mayweather's been going through it. It's time for me to start covering it now. I'll be honest. I've seen that Floyd Mayweather's been going broke. That's what people have been saying. People were taking him to court. He's taking people to court. Let's get into all the facts. Floyd Mayweather, is he actually going broke, guys? Is he going broke? Let's have a look.
Floyd Mayweather not being able to read properly was not only a joke that 50 Cent had said to him, but it's completely ruined his life.
The picture on the left is Floyd signing the contract, and the picture on the right is Floyd holding the aircraft purchase and sale agreement right after signing it.
And 50 Cent was actually right about a lot of things when it comes to Floyd.
This is a special ASLELS challenge for you, Floyd. If you can read one full page of a Harry Potter book, nigga, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want to. Fuck the bucket ice.
Floyd Mayweather was so focused on boxing when
he was young. Like, can he actually not read? I thought it was like a... I didn't know that was an actual thing. He probably doesn't really need to read much. Like, you're a millionaire, do you know what I'm saying? If you've got the right team around you, the right lawyers, I'd assume he wouldn't need to be reading as much, but damn, is it that bad? $750K to read one page of Harry Potter. That's crazy work.
Didn't get the best education, and his reading isn't that good, and it's been proven on camera.
I made smart investments. That's why right now, with this huge academic, with this huge shit that's going on, all this crazy stuff that's going on.
But why does it matter? Because Floyd Mayweather still went on to make millions, even $1 billion, and was very successful. But Floyd Mayweather also just signs a bunch of contracts and later is suing people when he doesn't even realize what he signed for. This guy many times, I believe, has gone through things and trusted his own intuition about things rather than reading it through or getting a good lawyer. Take, for example, the Manny Pacquiao fight. This is the biggest contract of his life, the biggest pay-per-view.
This was one of the biggest fights of his time.
He made a show out of the situation. He bought a...
I remember that. That fight was one of the most intense fights I think we've ever seen in the sport of boxing. Do you know what I'm saying? That was two absolute powerhouses of his time. I don't know. I don't think anything would replicate, like, especially in today's modern age. I don't think we'll be able to replicate what we seen when it was at that time. That was amazing.
A special pen and a special glove to make sure he signed it in style and videoed it. But did he make sure he got the best deal out of this? Probably not, because he is suing Showtime, the platform it was staged on, for over 300 million, saying that they've wired off a lot of money. And one of the fights tied in that lawsuit,
340 million. Like, what could they possibly have done wrong for you to sue them for 340 million? What could possibly have been done?
Is the Manny Pacquiao fight, where he says Showtime Networks and the former Showtime Sports president Stephen Espinosa did fraud, civil conspiracy, and breach with an unjust enrichment for themselves. The court allegation is that they helped his former advisor and manager Al Heyman misappropriate at least 340 million in earnings from the biggest pay-per-view fight through hidden accounts, unauthorized transfers, and withheld financial records. And this clip here blends both perfectly together. Floyd Mayweather struggling to read and starts referencing Showtime. I do think with this company Showtime, he blindly trusted them, thinking that they had his best interests at heart. But when there's hundreds of millions on the table, many people play dirty.
I got the lines right there.
Okay, that's where you're gonna be.
Hey, this is Floyd Money Mayweather. Don't miss my fight against Logan Paul Sunday. Oh, I was gonna say Saturday. I was about to say Saturday because most time I fight on Saturday.
50 times.
All right. All the behind the scenes, we can't. A lot of this stuff we can't film is because it's for Showtime. So hopefully y'all can just respect that, because there's a lot of this behind the scenes. I'm just letting y'all know. Just if y'all don't do nothing, just please phones on silent.
I'm gonna cut the live off.
So rather than buying a pen that he probably paid like 20k for and a fancy glove as well, Floyd could have simply paid for a really good lawyer to make sure that Showtime don't stiff him. But the problem is, rather than Floyd Mayweather getting a team, and remember you're dealing with hundreds of millions, he could have had a team of really good lawyers tying him up to all different things, making sure he's protected.
But does he really not have a team though? Like, I know, like, maybe he portrays that like from a face value, but I just can't believe for 1 second that in these actual meetings, like these actual boardrooms, he doesn't have people there watching over, like a lawyer, all these things. Come on, man. There's no way he's just getting told, yeah, this is a $350 million deal or whatever, or however many $1 million deal. Just sign it, and he's just gone and signed it. There's no, surely not.
and a team of accountants as well. The amount of money he had.
And then he chopper behind him.
Flamboyant or the life Floyd was living.
Things like, you can sign this, we know the rest.
Okay.
It's just
I can't just sign it. I gotta look at everything.
It's a physical.
Yeah, but I can't just sign anything.
Fair enough.
I didn't get to where I got you to sign anything. Serious hair injury.
See this, I feel like he's not an idiot. I think this is all part of his plan where he's doing like a little thing like this, making it seem like he's not competent on what he's signing. So he can do things like this and sue people for more money and make more money, basically, and kind of prove incompetence. That's just my mindset on it. I'm thinking, surely not. This can't be the real moment where a contract's really put in front of him and he's really thinking about signing it like this. Like on the spot, reading it himself. Surely not. This is like, I think this is staged, personally, if you were to ask me.
Even if you get the best lawyer in the world to go through agreement, you need to have a basic fundamental understanding of what you're getting yourself into, and they just tie over the P's and Q's. But Floyd didn't want to have any of that, reading any of it or even understanding it. So he would have to just trust someone to deal with this, and hundreds of millions involved. What would any lawyer or crooked person do? They surround him like Al Heyman. And a sad reality, unfortunately, of not even having a basic education is that you become very easy to scam. You have to choose the right people to guide you.
I see a whole lot of people out here trying to understand what's going on with Floyd Mayweather, Al Heyman,
Who is this
and
guy?
the mystery $100 million that supposedly Al Heyman has stolen from Floyd Mayweather, and now Al Heyman is rumored to have gone missing. Well, let me tell you something, right?
Wait, someone's
Adrian
gone
Broner
missing?
already let us know
Well, I
that-
mean, that kind of money, 100 million. I'm not really surprised if he's saying someone's gone missing over that. Like, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
When it comes to Al Heyman getting paid, sometimes it takes 3, 4, 5, 6 years to get all your money, and even Adrian Broner said he was still getting money.
Why does that have to be the case, though? That's what I've never understood with these things. Like, why can't there be like stipulations in the contract where a certain amount of money has to be paid out within a certain amount of time? Otherwise, everything becomes, I don't know, innit? That's what I would have thought. Obviously, I've never signed a contract that big. Do you know what I'm saying? So, do you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to really have much knowledge on how that's going to work or why that can't happen. Maybe companies aren't willing to have those kind of stipulations in place. You know what I'm saying? Which is, you know what I'm saying? Fair enough, because that's not going to be beneficial for them in any realm, especially if things don't go as well as anticipated as well. Maybe that's why. Maybe they need to see how many like sales and you know, there's probably a lot of things that needs to be looked into before an actual payout is reached.
At the time where he left PBC. But let me tell you what I think happened. I think Floyd, where he talks about, I make smart investments, wise investments, smart investments. I think some of the money that he made, Al Heyman was the one who's been investing Floyd's money. It wasn't Floyd doing it. I think Al Heyman was doing it. And what I think happened is that maybe there's a chance that it didn't work out.
And in this situation, don't be surprised if Gervonta Davis is struggling with years to come. Obviously, he has so many legal troubles, but Floyd obviously put him on to Al Heyman as well. And the guy said that Al Heyman controls all of his finances.
He had to have a conversation with Al Heyman. You want to buy Richard? Talk to Al Heyman. Al Heyman is the one who's going to send the money. So to see him in the situation where now you got to come from out of retirement, boy, oh boy. And I will say this, bro. Every dollar that I ever received from Gervonta Davis via a wire always came from Heyman Development. It never once was like Gervonta Bryant Davis or anything. Even when
Damn, so this guy he's an important figure then. This guy's a serious figurehead in all of this. Damn. But why would Gervonta trust him after seeing what happened to Floyd? That's what I'm saying. There can't be as much foul play as being suggested if guys are continuing to work for him, seeing what's going on.
I sent him money. We did some partnerships or something like that where I had to wire him money. It was like this elementary school account, it felt like. It was like little such and such. Yeah, like he was living through his inner child or something along those lines. But even that account got funneled back to Heyman Development. Anytime he wanted to buy a house, he had to clear it with Al Heyman. Anytime he wanted to buy a car, he had to have a meeting with Al. Anytime that he wanted to clear the icebox bill or the Iceman Nick bill, Nick Bendy or whatever his name is, he had to have a conversation with Al Heyman. You want to buy Richard? Talk to Al Heyman. Al Heyman is the one who's going to send the money. So to see him in a situation where now you got to come from out of retirement, boy, oh boy. And I see this Floyd lawsuit. And if you suing Showtime because Al Heyman misallocated $400 million and you claim they allowed him to, that lets me know that you can't sue Al Heyman directly. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
It's just rough to see.
That's
and
crazy.
I know for a fact that all of those accounts,
not being able to sue the person you know is responsible, that just shows there's something. Okay, fair enough. There's got to be something sinister going on if that's the case. If you can't even sue the person you know is responsible. But that's what happens though. He's responsible for all of the money. Do you know what I mean? Imagine like you're making so many millions and you're having to literally go and ask this person every single time. It's like you're like an accountant essentially. Do you know what I'm saying? And even then, I don't know. It just sounds a bit sinister.
ran through Al's name. So to see him in the predicament that he in, and you got to find out that your money is in a trying circumstance while you having legal trouble and trying to fight legal battles and bring in best in class, it's rough, bro. But
the thing is with Floyd, everything was about a show. He would rather people think he's got money than actually have it when he was making it.
I told they should never let me get my hands on a piece of paper. Never.
But this is the thing that a lot of people get confused though. When you're saying that Floyd's poor or broke or whatever, don't think it's the same type of broke as like the standard person broke. It's not like he can't go and get food from the chicken shop, or he can't afford to go to a 7-Eleven and get a drink. This guy's still got a lot of money, still rich. But it's just, do you know what I'm saying? With these rich people, when they're saying broke, they've got no liquid money. Do you know what I mean? It's all tied up behind assets and so on. And that is to protect themselves in a sense. Do you know what I mean? So they don't have to just give up money. For example, if these kind of lawsuits are coming up against him, he could say, well, look, I haven't got any money. What can you do? You can't take it from me. Just declare me bankrupt. I don't have the money. But he does. He can sell a jet. Do you know what I'm saying? But you can't be required to sell a jet. Do you know what I'm saying? That's part of the protection. Unless you want to agree to settle it in that way. Because I think he has sold a jet now. So maybe, do you know what I'm saying? Some people can come to a thing with that. But yeah, that's how they protect their money.
Floyd Mayweather and 50 Cent were once good friends. And 50 Cent, when giving him this advice about being able to read and mocking him online, was actually trying to help him in a passive-aggressive way.
Phone call from my man Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy said if Floyd accepts the challenge, then he'll put it on the actual show so you can read it on the show. We don't want to put pressure on you. We know you can't pronounce those words in that Harry Potter book, so we're going to let you read that in the hat.
And if these guys remained friends, would have been good for Floyd, because 50 Cent before him had his own setbacks, and 50 could have given good advice to Mayweather if they were actually close.
Out of money, and then you irritated the judge in the case because you started posting all these pictures of you that seem to indicate that you have a ton of money. You put up this picture right here of you eating a money sandwich. You put this picture up of you opening your fridge and just finding money inside. You put up this picture, these are yours, of your coffee table, which is made of money. Then you put this picture up right here, which says you're broke, money. And then this one right here, which is just cash coming out of your pants. So why were you doing that?
My audience doesn't understand the difference between Chapter 11 and Chapter 7.
Yeah.
When you file Chapter 11, you just really reorganize. Like I had 4 companies that had over like $3 or $4 million in each one of them. So I can pull the money out and take those.
Now, we're not just seeing rumors about Floyd Mayweather's financial situation.
See, that's what I'm saying though. Like that's the point I was trying to make about them not actually being broke. They do have the money, but they just need to like circle things around and let things come out of certain different areas. You know what I mean? That's the whole premise of them being bankrupt or whatever. They're not actually broke. Like Floyd Mayweather is not broke. Like
receipts. Floyd Mayweather is seeking $175 million in a newly filed lawsuit alleging his former investment manager and real estate advisor defrauded him over multiple years. But a bunch of these situations were signed for in paperwork about what both people was getting and agreed splits.
What happened was Floyd took out a large loan against the value of the jet. So when the jet was sold, a large chunk of the money went to pay off the loan and many of his other debts. Here's the payoff demand statement for the jet. Highlighted is borrower named Floyd Mayweather. The total loan payoff is around $2.79 million, and the highlight in the bottom left is the
See, so that's what's really going on here. So for example, again, it's literally, how do you explain this? So if they've got like an asset, let's say Elon Musk, like he's got Tesla, all right, that's over $1 billion company. Because it's over $1 billion company, rather than him having $1 billion cash, what he can do is, because the Tesla is worth $1 billion, he can ask to take out a loan for, or whatever, like he can ask for like a £750 million loan to go against that, to say, look, I'm going to take out this loan. If it ever needs to be settled, you can settle it through £750 million worth of my company. It's like a guarantee, basically. It's like a guarantor, essentially. So that's how you're able to access more money. So then in that way, so he would say, yeah, I can't just pay someone, like wire someone $1 billion, but that's why he's still a billionaire, because he's got £1 billion asset, so he can borrow money based on having that £1 billion asset. And then he can borrow that 750 million and use that to reinvest into another company to make him even more millions. It's just compounded, essentially. I don't know if hopefully you guys follow what I mean. And hopefully I'm right as well. Like if I'm wrong about any part of that, someone let me know in the comments.
Property collateral as the Gulfstream Learjet. This is the bank wire transfer receipt from the credit union. Both of these documents were sent to Floyd, so he's clearly lying about the jet only selling for $1 and him being out of the know on the jet selling. The picture on the left is Floyd signing the contract, and the picture on the right is Floyd holding the aircraft purchase and sale agreement right after signing it. Does he look disappointed in the terms of the sale? This is the text Jonah sent to Floyd.
See, that again, that might not be the actual picture. It could be just the pictures for social media. You know what I'm saying? It's like if a footballer, for example, gets signed and they're there like in front of the camera, like with their pen in their hand, looking at the camera, smiling. That doesn't necessarily mean that's the real contract. Their contract's probably been signed already ages ago, and now they just got a piece of paper in front just for a press release. You know, that's probably not the real contract. Let's come on.
Floyd in September 2025, indicating that the house and airplane contracts were done, and Floyd responded, "Let's go." To make it even more clear that Floyd knew about the plane purchase and the terms of the purchase and sale, here's a text between Floyd and Jonah where Floyd writes, "Can you call me about the plane, please? I need for you to update me, please." And Jonah responded, "Plane is ready to close."
Unfortunately for Floyd, he's got these massive lawsuits over hundreds of millions, which I don't even think they're going to settle on. I generally think he would lose these cases to Showtime. He's being sued. That company obviously went under in the end, and many of them contracts would have been signed to the details, and the manager that invested his money as well has got hundreds and hundreds of receipts of everything that he is saying and him pretty much agreeing to. And like this tweet says, this is a wild story. Floyd Mayweather is alleging that the close associates who spent years gaining his trust scammed him out of 175 million, but maybe...
Damn. All right, and then it also says, yeah, maybe 50 Cent was right about him not being able to read, because in the lawsuit, he claimed that the unknowingly signed paperwork transferring ownership of the Gulfstream jet with the buyer section left blank. He also says that he still doesn't know where the money from the jet sale went. I mean, how believable is that though? You don't know. But then again, if this guy was supposedly in charge of his money, maybe he didn't actually see where the money went, and he probably didn't know that it got reinvested into somewhere else, or part of that sale was used to pay off some other debt. Maybe, like, there's no way of really knowing. So I don't know. Then it also says apparently he transferred 7.5 million into what he believed was an investment deal, while the around 100 million worth of jewelry was allegedly handed over to the jewelers in exchange for only about 30 million, with a large collection later going missing. So he's saying that 100 million worth of jewelry was basically given back, and he only seen about $13 million for it. And he's saying a large amount of the jewelry also went missing. I mean, if you bought $100 million worth of jewelry, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't still be worth 100 million, bro. Surely not.
Maybe 50 Cent was right about him not being able to read, because in the lawsuit, he claims that he unknowingly signed paperwork transferring the ownership of his Gulfstream jet with the buyer selection left blank. He also says he still doesn't know where the money from the jet sale went. Apparently, he transferred 7.5
we just
Floyd was
ran
going
over
to
that.
start blaming those around him for his financial problems. Back in November 2025, Jonas sent this message to Floyd saying, "I can help continue to create income for you for life, but you need to start saving more money and spending less. Borrowing from a credit line should be for investment purposes, not to pay past due bills because we will have to pay it back."
I think Floyd was overspending but not in control over the main portions of his money and trusted others to invest it. It may not have worked out and now he's lost most of it. There's even situations that show when Logan Paul was asking for his money, this guy was saying it is going to come and fucking off Logan Paul constantly, but maybe that wasn't even his decision to make or pay him.
I didn't make as much money as you'd think fighting Floyd. Did you get paid from that? He still owes me $1.5 million. He pre-sold the fight using my likeness to some company in, I think, Dubai.
I remember this situation.
Cash. We ended up doing the fight in the States. Different company. Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million. That company that paid him that money is suing him. He has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment. I don't think I'm ever getting the money.
But Floyd Mayweather, before even making it to a courtroom, has messed up many of his lawsuits here because some of the accusations he's making against this guy, there's digital footprints that he's left behind on social media. He needed to think of stuff like this if he's going to take someone to court.
Of 80% for Mayweather Promotions and 20% for Frist Apex Ventures. Down at the bottom, you can see Floyd's signature agreeing to the terms of the contract. As part of the fraud claim against Rechnitz and Frist, Floyd claims IL Frist signed distribution letters as manager of Vada Properties when he held no such office, and by signing as CEO of Vada Properties when he held no such office. This is a screenshot of Floyd's Instagram over a year ago. The picture in the middle is Floyd promoting speaking at a conference about real estate with IL Frist. In the post, IL is listed as the CEO of Vada Properties. This is the Real Deal conference where Floyd is talking about buying real estate and Niall Frist is the man to his right.
I had a very, very smart team. Guys that was very, very educated in real estate. I gave them 9 figures. I went from 7. I skipped over 8 because it was paying so good. I went to 9 figures.
So Floyd had been retired and doing his little exhibitions on the side for a while.
Bro, just saying I skipped from 8 figures and went to 9. I mean, don't we all wish we can do something like that, Floyd? Cool, blimey, mate. Cool, blimey.
50 Cent many years ago said something that many people didn't even believe. Floyd Mayweather's money
just playing around with money at this point.
He'll be fighting and competing again because he has to.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah. That's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone. Trust me. Now it's like if you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
And I think this video Floyd Mayweather is making,
and that's coming from someone who has money a lot. So that is alarming that 50 Cent would say something like that.
Going to return literally this month in an exhibition fight against a guy that I don't even know. But the main thing is, Floyd Mayweather needs the money right now and is willing to put up his undefeated record and fight Manny Pacquiao in a rematch. After saying he would never.
That is crazy that he's willing to go now
to boxing. But
that's mad. But I don't think anyone wants to see that now, man. It's past that point. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be any real hype for it because we know the real reason for this is the money. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to see him probably suing whoever's going to be taking charge of this fight as well. So, you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Is Floyd Mayweather actually broke? Does he actually have no more money? Is he doing everything? Or is he just calculated? Do you know what I'm saying? Is he calculated and put these like images of him signing contracts and all these things out deliberately to kind of prepare himself for the future where he can be suing people for big amounts of money and get big paydays? Is that the reason? You guys let me know in the comments below and I'll see you in the next one.